Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another In Search of. And it's today In Search of Venus or Al Zahra. And we have also co starring Harut and Marut. Let's have a little bit, some facts about Venus, the planet Venus. Venus is the second planet from the Sun and Earth's closest planetary neighbor. Even though the Mercury is right next to the sun, is closer to the sun, Venus is in between Mercury and the Earth. Venus is the hottest planet in our solar system and is thick, has a thick atmosphere full of the greenhouse gas carbon dioxide and has clouds of sulfuric acid. It is not fit for life, for human life. And we're gonna see a short video, from NASA, scientific, and I think it's a fair use video, scientific video about Venus. Just a minute or so.
How does planetary habitability evolve over time? Our mysterious sister planet Venus may have once had oceans of water, yet the Venus of today presents a different face, with an incomparably hot and inhospitable environment. Lurking in its massive atmosphere are the clues to how a planet went from an oceanic state to the inhospitable state of today. And within that atmosphere, particularly beneath the clouds, is a chemical laboratory awaiting discovery. Connections to oceans, perhaps to volcanoes that erupted more recently, and those volcanoes and those rockscapes are hidden from our views and yet are waiting for us to return as we put Venus into its context. Understanding Venus's extraordinary chemistry is the first step to deciphering how the evolution of habitability may play out on billions of planets beyond our solar system.
How did Venus get up there? For a thinking mind person, or for a Christian, so God created everything and planets, the stars, and everything. That's how the planet got there. But we're not dealing with that. We're dealing with Muslim logic. So let's see where that's going to take us. So the Muslim scholars are going to give us the answers. What and why Venus is right up there. Why is it so hot? And just a lot more answers, a lot more interesting answers. So how did it all begin? Well, I'm just going to give you the secret right up front. Venus was a woman, was a pretty woman. But let the originators of Hadith, uh, actually, it's in Quran. So let's begin with the Quran and say what it says. I see what it says, and it's the story of Venus begins in Surah Al-Baqarah, ayah 102. They say they followed what the devils had recited during the reign of Solomon. It was not Solomon who disbelieved, but the devils disbelieved, teaching people magic, and that which was revealed to the two angels at Babylon, Harut and Marut. And we're going to find out that these two angels or devils had magic taught to them by their leader, and they in turn will teach it to people. But that's we'll find out in a minute. But the two angels do not teach anyone unless they say, "We are a trial." So do not disbelieve. And yet they learn from them that by which they cause separation between a man and his wife. What is this all about? Continuing with Surah Al-Baqarah 102, it says, but they do not harm anyone through it except by permission of Allah. So the originator of this harm here is Allah. I'm not saying that. I'm just reading Surah Al-Baqarah, which is in Quran. And the people learn what harm them and does not benefit them. But the children of Israel, the one Allah hates, certainly knew that whosoever purchased the magic would not have in the hereafter any share, but it's provided by Allah. So do you have a choice? And wretched is that for which they sold themselves, if they only knew. So now, okay, now the two angels, Harut and Marut, angels or devils, they are on a mission. They were sent by Allah. Their mission was ordained by Allah to teach magic. And yes, to the willing, they tell people first, this is magic, and this magic will cause divorce. And the good thing is they have a disclaimer right up front. They said, we are only a trial. So what does the devil do then if the angels who are sent by Allah are teaching people magic and teaching them methods for divorce? What does Satan do? Let the Muslim scholars answer, because Quran just standing on its own, it doesn't make sense. They have to explain it. We have to go to tafsir, hadith. We have to go between Sunnah and Shia, and so we can get the exciting answers. Now, Al-Tabari, and Al-Tabari is in Arabic only, so they have to translate it to bring it here. And this is the beginning of the story. This is in volume one. It says, Allah opened the heaven for the angels to see the deeds of the son of Adam. So it's like, it's an evening, morning, I don't know, but Allah comes and open the window so that the angels can see what's going on earth. When the angels uh, saw the extent of the wickedness that is on the earth, they marveled. So now, there's this scene, there's this panorama scene. They're seeing jihadis killing people. They're seeing ISIS doing all kind of murder and all. So the angels were like, what? The angel said to Allah, oh Lord, are they the ones you created and caused the angel to bow down to them? And you taught Adam everything, but they sinned. So we'll go back to another story when uh, Allah supposedly was creating Adam. The angels were saying, how can you create someone that is going to create havoc on the earth? And Allah told them, you don't know. But now, what what did Allah know? That He didn't know that they will create this. But this is what's happening now. The angels are surprised. You made us bow to this creature. Now look at the creature. He's creating havoc on earth, shedding blood. But you taught him everything. Allah answered, if you were in their place, you would have done the same thing. And the angel said, no way that we do what humans do. So it's a back and forth between Allah and his angels. Is that a true God carrying converse? Why did he open the window anyway to show them? This is some strange stuff here. We continue with Al Tabari. So Allah, He's famous for issuing challenges. And it's like, can you create this? Can you do this? Can you make Quran? So now He's challenging His own angels. Allah responded. He said, choose the best from among you, best angels, to send to earth. And the angels chose Harut and Marut. These are the champions of Allah angels, the best of the angels of Allah army. So Harut and Marut, the two angels, descended to earth. So these here are the cream of the crop. Nothing is going to get past them. They can't do anything wrong. So if Harut and Marut do anything wrong, that means the whole army is a failure. Everything was permissible to them, to the two angels. They can do anything except the following. They can't do shirk, meaning they can't worship anything other than Allah. They can't steal. Okay, good thing. not to drink alcohol. Yeah, they want the angels to get drunk, not to fornicate, not to have sex. But can the angels, were they created to have sex? Leave that alone. We'll leave that alone. So what happened? Al-Tabari continues. Al-Tabari says Harut and Marut descended to earth, and within an hour they met a woman so beautiful. It says she had 50% of the beauty of the women of earth, and the rest of the women had the remaining 50% of the beauty. Can you imagine that? One woman had 50% of the beauty. So she has monopoly on good looks. Long hair flowing, and she had desirable, probably frontal passages. Her name was Badihat, or Al Zahra, or Venus, or Aphrodite. As soon as the angels, as soon as Harut and Marut, they saw her, they wanted to do the horizontal monkey dance with her, the dingy dingy, the boom boom. She agreed, but she said, they had to do the following first. She said they had to sin against Allah, the same things that Allah told them not to do. They have no permission to do. Drink alcohol, okay, kill someone, and bow to an idol. But they need to also first give her the password to heaven, because she wants to go to heaven. I don't know, to listen or whatever. She wants to go to heaven. So this is the story so far. Within an hour, just within 1 hour from the arrival of Harut and Marut, they first refused to do all those things. But they said, okay, a little bit of alcohol doesn't hurt. After that, they drank and they got drunk. After that, somebody came and questioned them. I don't know what that person was saying, but they killed him. I think maybe he was saying, how can an angels drink alcohol? But I think there's something else that we'll find out from another Islamic teacher. And when that happened, Allah opened heaven. Oh, see, the story is simultaneously running on earth, and they can see it in heaven. Again, to the rest of the angels, to see what Harut and Marut have done. The angels said, praise be to Allah, you know best. You know exactly what the angels were going to do. Now we switch the story from Babylon to Jerusalem, I think. After that, Allah revealed to Sulaiman, son of Dawood, Solomon, son of David, to give Harut and Marut a choice. So Sulaiman is a judge. So he gave him the choice, either punishment because they did wrong, punishment of this world, or punishment of eternity. But the angels, Harut, or devils, Harut and Marut, chose the punishment of this world. Because when eternity comes, they wanted to be freed from that punishment. So now, what happened? Within an hour, so Harut and Marut were tied up with chains. It said from their feet to their necks, and they were hung somewhere in Babylon, in Iraq, maybe close to the hole where Saddam Hussein was found. Allah knows best. So maybe the soldiers, if they can go back and dig some more, maybe they can find Harut and Marut hanging upside down, with chains on their neck and in their feet. And we see the picture here, and people are looking at them. They're hanging, and I think, that's a hill, something, but they're hanging upside down. That's the angels. The story is going to get better. And that's Saddam Hussein, but he was found, but we're still looking for the sheep that ate Quran, missing still. Harut, Marut, missing. And Yajuj and Majuj, missing. I don't know. So now, within the same hour, The woman, which has a lot of names, Badikhat, Al Zahra, Venus, Aphrodite. The woman tried to use the password to enter heaven. I believe she tried maybe 3 times. I don't know how long. Allah realized that someone was trying to get into heaven. He cursed her, and she became the planet Venus. Now you know why Venus is so hot. Used to be a woman. Let's go to another Islamic scholar, Tafsir ibn Kathir, volume 1, page 139 to page 140. He tells the same story, but they said the timing of the story, not during the time of Solomon, but he goes back, he said, right after Adam and Eve were expelled from the Jannah. He takes it back way to the beginning. He said, yes. I mean, I don't want to, he doesn't want to be left out. I got to put in my 2 cents. Also, let's put in 2 cents from Ali ibn Abi Talib, one of the Khulafa, one of those who come after Muhammad, Khulafa al-Rashidun, the wisest of the wise. Now he said, and this is found in Fayd al-Qadr by al-Manawi, and it's volume 5, page 269. Ali says, Allah cursed Venus because she caused the 2 angels, Harut and Marut, to sin. So Venus is cursed. Now let's go to Qurtubi, Tafsir al-Qurtubi, volume 2, pages 51 and 52. He didn't have much to say, but just give us names. He said the temptress name is Badikhat, Nabataean, or Nahil. She's a Persian woman. Al-Zahra, Arabic. Ashtar, same time, I don't know if you know the story of Tammuz, Babylonian. Ashtaroth, or Phoenician. Oh, now take it all the way to Lebanon there. Or Aphrodite, Athenian, or finally Venus. Let's not leave the Shia out of the story. Al-Tabrasi has his own tafsir on Al-Baqarah 102. He says it's the same story, but of course they have to change. They have to add their own flavor to it. Al-Tabrasi is saying, I said, but when Venus was getting ready for the encounter with the 2 angels or devils, a man came in and began to question the 2 devils. So Harut and Marut killed him, and they went back to receive the prize. They found out that she used the password to try to enter heaven. So as soon as they found out, so their feathers began to fall in their hands, and they were punished after that and hung upside down from their legs and for everyone to see. Tulsi also talks about that. He did not want to be left out. He said Harut and Marut came down during the time of Idris, PBUH, peace and blessing be on him, upon him. Idris, supposedly from the Jewish Talmud and the stories, is Enoch, and Allah knows best, the best answer. So now when you look at the starry skies next time and you spot Venus, thank the Islamic scholars for providing much nonsense to an already messed up religion and beliefs. But if you want the truth, we got to go to Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Then God said in verse 14, let there be a light in the expanse of heaven, of the heavens, to separate the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years. And God, Elohim, which is plural, the Trinity, said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven, Shamayim, divide, Badal. The day is Yom, from the night, Layl, that's the same as in Arabic, and let them be for signs, oath, and for season, Mawa'id, that's timing, and for days, Yom, and years, Senna. There's purpose for those things that are up there. It is not the woman Venus, Badichat, Nahil, Aphrodite, Al Zahra, none of those. So you can take that story and put it in the garbage if you want the truth. May God bless you. Have a blessed day.